The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Live from University School of Jackson, it's Lady Bruins softball, as the Lady Bruins of USJ are hosting Trinity Christian Academy's Lions this afternoon, and it is an absolutely perfect day for baseball. 79 degrees. We have a very light wind that probably will not affect fly balls to any degree. Humidity is down around 33%, so it's not going to be something uncomfortable if you're here live to watch it. And Steve Beverly to bring you all the play-by-play is the Lady Bruins, who have cinched the regular season championship in the district. And they're playing out the regular season this afternoon, and we'll have Lady Bruins ball again for Senior Day, and that will be on Friday at this same time. And joining us for commentary on that day, I'll be away, and it will be a young lady that I think you're going to be hearing a lot of things from. Her name is Grace White. She is the voice of the Union Lady Bulldogs in softball. She does a terrific job. So be with us on Friday for that. But they're doing the final warm-up tosses. Emerson Fair will be on the mound for USJ. And we're getting right into it. Abby Davis, the third baseman, is the first hitter for Trinity. And they've got everybody out on their respective positions, and we're about set to go with the first pitch. She'll be followed by the pitcher, Haley Lewis, and the shortstop, MJ Abernathy. And it's been a spectacular day all day across West Tennessee. Not quite to 80 degrees, but it's there. We're going to reach it by the time we get to Friday. It'll probably be about 83 to 84 degrees whenever USJ is on the field. And she bends and fires. It's outside for a ball. And we are underway. Also starting for Trinity, second baseman Kylie Crawford, left fielder Mady Putman, center fielder Riley Hidrogo, Jenna Joyce, the catcher, Peyton Tharp, the right fielder, and Briley Donovan, she's the DP. And went around on that one for strike one, a ball and a strike. Great afternoon here in West Tennessee, and took a little bit off that pitch and got her to chase it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Of course, if Emerson's behind, if she's on the mound, then behind the plate at catcher is L.K. Prater. And here's the pitch, just outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And congratulations again to the Bruins for cinching their division regular season championship. And she went around on it for strike 3. So first strikeout of the game from the first hitter. Here's Haley Lewis, the pitcher. Yeah, we got a good turnout of parents from both schools that are down here below our booth, and I know they're going to enjoy this afternoon quite well. Here's the wind and the pitch. And that's a ball. MJ Abernathy down on deck. Emerson takes that bend and the pitch. A little high and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And you may be able to hear some of the commentary coming from both dugouts. And that's in there for a strike, 2 balls and a strike. We have got a specially trained mic so we can hear some of the encouragement from both the fans and from the teammates this afternoon. And here's the pitch. Foul back to the fence. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wind is only at about 3 to 4 miles an hour this afternoon. And it's calm enough that you're probably not going to see it push any balls out of the park. And she went around on it. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. So Emerson has her stuff going early, and here's MJ Abernathy, the shortstop. Glad to have all you moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers and sisters, and all the good friends of these athletes who may be watching us on Worthy Road Studios and on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. That one's high for a ball. And of course, we come your way on the USJ Facebook page and website. And the pitch, high fly ball. That's a mile in the air. And underneath in short, left center field. Catch is made by Matty Pope for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We have completed a half inning. Trinity nothing, and USJ just now coming into bat.
Legends never die, but your AC unit might. Routine maintenance and repair by McCoy's Heating and Air now will keep your system running at full capacity and potentially avoid costlier repairs and downtime when you need your AC the most. Our York certified and trained technicians are the best in the game. Go home to comfort with spring maintenance from McCoy's Heating and Air.
The Bonus Cash Extravaganza is underway right now at Carlock Nissan in Jackson. In addition to dealer discounts, get another $750 bonus cash on Nissan Sentra, another $750 bonus cash on Nissan Altima, an additional $1,000 bonus cash on Nissan Pathfinder, and $1,250 on Nissan Frontier. Plus rates as low as 0% and 3.9 for 84 months. The Bonus Cash Extravaganza underway right now at Carlock Nissan, Van Drive, Jackson.
Our director this afternoon is the incomparable Andrew Burris, who no matter what time of the day it is, he will greet you with good morning.
Halen Ayers.
And here's Halen Ayers leading off at shortstop. I saw Halen down below during the warm-ups this afternoon, and she was taking some mighty swings in the batting cage. Halen will be followed by Matty Polk, the center fielder, and the second baseman, Abby Brown. And the ump says, let's do it. The wind and the pitch. And that's a slow roller to third. She's going to fire to first. There is no way she was going to get the speedy Halen Ayers on that one. If it goes past about 3 seconds, Halen is going to beat those out for infield hits. So she gets on, and she's always a threat to go, no matter what the count is. Matty Polk, the center fielder, and she's going to bat left-handed against the right-handed pitching of Haley Lewis. And here it goes, and Halen's already on her way down to second. Ball gets away from the catcher, but Halen had already had that base stolen. So that's our first theft of the afternoon. And yes, Halen will go to third if she can see an opening. And particularly with the third baseman playing up for a possible bunt. And Halen thought about it, but she goes back. She was almost halfway down to third and then decided not to take a chance. A ball and a strike. She's showing bunt again, and it's a fake, and Halen is going to easily make it to third. We're going to call that a pass ball rather than a stolen base. So she is 70 feet away down at third, and a 2-1 count for Maddie Polk. How many times have we seen Halen start out with a single and then make it all the way around before the second batter even finishes? Here's the pitch, and that one's going to go up the middle for a base hit. Halen comes in to score. Maddie's on first, and she just went right with the pitch and gets her first RBI of the game. Halen scoring the first run. And Abby Brown stands in, the second baseman. So Maddie on first, not as much of a threat as Halen, but she will go if she gets an opening. And they've already seen that they can capitalize, and she is going to go. They're going to fire it down to second. No way. She is there easily with a stolen base. Second one of the afternoon already, with nobody out here in the bottom half of the first. So we got a runner in scoring position with Abby Brown with no balls and a strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. And there's a high fly that looks like it is bending foul, but the left fielder is underneath it and takes it for out number one.
Now batting, number 4.
Beatty Putman had to take about probably 6 or 7 steps to nail that one down. Here's E.K. Elrod, the first baseman. Again with a runner on second, this time with 1 out. E.K. is an excellent cleanup hitter. And that's outside for a ball. You just can't beat it any more than being here in the final week of April. And the temperatures as comfortable as they are right here. Sunshine all over, just a few low-hanging clouds. That one's fouled back for a strike. If you want to talk about perfect softball weather, we have it right here in West Tennessee today. Haley taking her time and delivers. That's up high. 2 balls and a strike. And Taylor Shands would be next. There's the bend and the pitch. And that one is going to the shortstop, firing on to first. Runner cannot advance on that one, so that's shortstop to first for out number 2. And here's Taylor Shands, the third baseman. Still trying to get Maddie Polk around from second. And here's the wind and the pitch. Outside, nope, it's in there. Caught the outside corner for strike 1. And that one sliced foul back over into the grass behind us. So quickly ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Don't be surprised to see Maddie Polk moving with this pitch. And here it goes way high for a ball, and I think they were expecting that. I think that was intentional to get it up that high. But Maddie was alert to that defensive play. And here comes Haley back to deliver, and that one's sliced foul again. Taylor really hangs in there and hangs tough, and she'll foul off a lot of pitches until she sees the one that she really wants. But Haley Lewis as a pitcher is not one who gets rattled just because she gave up a run to begin the game. And she takes the bend and the pitch. And that one is going to be lined into center field, and easily coming home with the second run is Maddie Polk. So an RBI single for Taylor Shands. And this is the 6th Lady Bruin to bat in this inning with a 2-0 lead now. L.K. Prater, the catcher. And Taylor's another one that if she can see the movement she wants, she could be taking off her second very easily. And a lot of these players have the green light to go. And Haley delivers, and there she goes, and it's a high fly ball that's between the second baseman. It's going to drop in for a bloop. And they're going to send her, and unfortunately she's out of there. There was a hesitation around third, and they sent her in, and despite that single from L.K. Prater, and Taylor made it around to third, and they tried to send her in, and she was nailed. So it ends up being 2 runs on 3 hits, and there were, well, let me take that back. There were actually 4 hits in the inning, no errors, and 1 player left on base. So we have completed an inning, and it is 2-0, Trinity trailing USJ.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we got a change in pitchers. Here as we go into the second, E.K. Elrod is moving to the mound as Joel Ayers makes a decision to switch them out. And she'll be facing Kylie Crawford, Mady Putman, and Riley Hidrogo. L.K. Prater is going to stay behind the mound. And I'm trying to check to see who's going down to first. And Ella Golden is going to first. She was the DP. So we've made a few changes around here, and here's the pitch. And that one is fouled back behind us again. Kylie, the second baseman, she's also an excellent cleanup hitter. But if she's in a situation like this, she's also a very good one to be able to get on base as the first one in an inning. There's the left-hander delivering, and that's a little high. Ball and a strike. We've had a chance to see EK a couple of times during the season, and when she's got her stuff, she is really on. And that one is a low foul that sticks in the fence. I don't know if he's going to be able, he can't climb it, I think, and they're trying to knock it down. And Joel Ayers there trying to encourage him, and he's going to climb it. There you go. Joel, he makes it all the way to the top of the fence. He's got it out, and finally, he cannot get it out yet. There it is. And he deserves a hand from the fans on that one. And I think he got one from about 5 of them. So that is one of these situations that you cannot write a script for that. And the coach goes up and has to climb the fence to knock it down. A ball and 2 strikes. That's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one will be remembered for Joel for quite a while, I guarantee you. And for those of you watching this on tape, and that one's fouled back, but it does not stick in the fence this time. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. For those of you who are watching this back on the replay, all I can tell you is you can watch it back into, slow it down to see Joel climbing up there and nailing the ball out of the fence. The 2-2 pitch from EK. High for a ball, and we've gone full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Beatty Putman's down on deck. And the pitch. And a high foul that's out of play. Three balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on. And there's one that is about a half a mile in the air, and Halen Ayers easily under it and takes it for out number 1. So the Lady Bruins have set down the first 4 batters, and here comes Beatty Putman, the left fielder. Beatty's one of these that's very deceptive. She doesn't have long ball power, but she can run the bases. She's one of these, if she tries to get an infield hit, she is a threat to, and that's a lazy fly ball, and the right fielder comes in and takes a couple of steps for out number 2. So here comes Riley Hidrogo, the center fielder, and they're having a little conference on the mound with EK. And EK steps in, and the wind of the pitch. In there on the inside corner for strike 1. You talk to most players, and they'll tell you a day like today is absolutely the perfect one for baseball. And here in the stadium, they are not staring the sun directly in their eyes at the angle the field is in, so that's even better. And right now, we've got a little bit of a cloud covering up the sun. That's high. 2 balls and a strike. Cloud's covering up the sun right now just enough that it's almost like an overcast and gives them a little bit of break from having any kind of shadows that could bother them. And the left-hander delivers, and Coxer on the helmet. Well, that was not one that was anticipated, so we've got a hit batter. She's going to go down to first. And I think she's stunned more than anything else, just was not expecting that, as any of us would be in the same situation. You just don't expect that one to go caroming off the top of your head. And Coach Robert Kraft is over to take a look at her, and I think she's going to be fine. It's one of those situations. She gets a good hand. She trots down to first, and that's one of those that you just say, that smarted, and it did. And you don't want to take any chances with somebody having a concussion. Even if it's softball, it jars you, and it's a stunner when you get hit like that. And it was just a pitch that got away from EK. So first base runner for Trinity. And she thought about taking off, and they fire it back, and she's out of there. They picked her off. And Hidrogo just drifted a little bit too far away, and the catcher L.K. Prater did a terrific job tossing out to Ella Golden, and so it was 3 up and 3 down, even though they got on with a walk. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. So we have completed 2, well, an inning and a half, that is, and it is still USJ on top, 2-0.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes, to belts, to alignments, to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt and let my family take care of yours.
Go by and see Kurt King for all of your automotive needs, whether it's an oil change or having those tires rotated. They've got synthetic oil, everything that you possibly need, including new sets of tires. Go by King Tire Company at any of their locations, and they'll be glad to take care of you. Haley Lewis getting ready for her 2nd inning of work on the mound, and she'll face Ella Golden, Emerson Fair, and Mary Patton Redden here in the bottom half of the 2nd. Ella shifted over to first base in the 2nd inning. And with that pickoff, the Lady Bruins have continued to set all 6 players down in order for TCA. Ella stands in. That's a good shot there of Haley, and that one is a line drive, but the center fielder is going to take about 4 steps to her right. Hard hit ball by Ella Golden, but it was covered nicely by Hidrogo for out number 1, and here comes Emerson Fair, the pitcher. Now Emerson's one that she can help her own cause. Well, Emerson moved away from being the pitcher when they put in E.K. Elrod, so she moved out into the field, and that one is in there on the outside corner for a strike. Somebody said something. I think I heard my name out there. I'm not sure who that fan was, but hello. And that one right back to the pitcher. Haley knocks it down and fires to first, and that is out number 2. Pitcher to first base. Again, we've had 2 hard hit balls, but they have been right at a defender. Here is Mary Patton Redden, the left fielder. MP is another one of these. Don't be deceived because she's the number 9 hitter, because she has an ability to get on in many different ways, and that one is low for a ball. Keep thinking about Joel Ayers climbing that fence to get that baseball, that softball. And that's foul back to the screen, a ball and a strike. It reminds me, the way he was doing that, it reminds me of the old fence matches that they used to have in WCW and WWF, and the object was for you to get out of the fence first. So Joel didn't quite replicate that. And there's the pitch, and that one's fouled back behind us. So we got a ball and 2 strikes to MP. And the infield is drawn in. Here's the wind and the pitch. Way high. Trying to get her to chase a bad one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. If Mary Patton gets on, then Halen Ayers will be next. Joel Ayers looking on from his coaching box. And that one is going to be lined into right center field for a base hit. And bobbling it, so on the error on the right fielder, that is going to give her second base. So a single and advancing to second on an error on the right fielder. So here's Halen Ayers with an opportunity to deliver a run-scoring hit. Halen hitting left-handed. And there's the wind and pitch. And that one's in there for a strike. Now, MP down there at second, she is a threat to go to third. She's got to get a jump on the pitcher to be able to do that successfully. And there's a slow roller once again. This time it was no, she cannot stop her again, and that's going to bring in a run. And Halen's going to make it all the way to third. That's just how fast she is. So it turns out that is a 3-base error, although I tell you what, we're going to give her a hit on that and a 2-base error because she had already beaten it out when the throw was made. She will not get an RBI on that one, but it doesn't matter. The run counts regardless. And there's a strike to Maddie Polk. Maddie singled and brought in Halen Ayers her first time up. But that's the danger of this freshman Halen Ayers when she's on the base paths. You cannot throw it away, and she's going to take 2 bases from you, not just 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. And that one is sliced foul over to the left. So quickly ahead of Maddie, no balls and 2 strikes. Been asked by some people, would Halen try to steal home? Don't put it past her. Now she has to get the green light to do that. And that one tipped foul back. It does not hang up in the slots of the fence. So we'll rewind and do another 0-2 count. Lady Bruins on top 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. They've got a pretty big gap between shortstop and second base. And that one's going to go right to the shortstop. Fires on to first for out number 3. But the Lady Bruins picked up 1 run on 2 more hits. There was 1 error and 1 player left on base. So we have completed 2. It is now USJ 3, Trinity nothing.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
E.K. Elrod stays on the mound for her 3rd inning of work, or it's her 2nd inning of work as we move to the top half of the 3rd. And she'll face Jenna Joyce, the catcher, Peyton Tharp, the right fielder, and Briley Dunavant, who is the DP. And they wind up their conference on the mound. Trinity has had 1 base runner, but she was picked off, so Lady Bruins have faced the minimum 6 so far, and here's Jenna Joyce, the catcher. line, and she shows a bunt, and it's fouled. No balls and a strike. Trinity team does not go as deep as USJ. They've actually only got one reserve, and that's Hannah Parker. But they can be extremely tough, particularly, and that's a high fly ball about 3/4 of a mile in the air, and coming over to take that, center fielder for out number 1. So Maddie Pope delivers that one, and that brings up Peyton Tharp, the right fielder. Lady Bruins have mixed their pitches well so far. And that one's sliced foul. If you wonder why, after 1 inning, that Emerson Fair was moved out of the pitching role, she actually pitched last night for the Lady Bruins, and so they gave her about an inning of work. Now, that doesn't mean we might not see her back on the mound later in today's game. And that's a strike in there. No balls and 2 strikes, so they're working quickly and staying ahead of the hitters. And the pitch, outside for a ball. And the infield is playing in, expecting the possibility of a bunt, particularly Taylor Shands over at third base. That one's high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. You can tell Taylor is ready for any kind of a ground ball coming in her direction. And that one again is pumped foul and goes down the hill on the grass behind us. So we'll rewind and do another 2-2. There's Robert Kraft looking on at his team. And EK delivers the 2-2. And that one right down the line to the first baseman for out number 2. So give that one first baseman unassisted. And Briley Donovan checks in. Ella Golden doing a good fielding job down there at first base. So they've retired 8 in a row. And here's the pitch. Went around on it for a strike. Hey, when these Lady Bruins pitchers are staked to a lead of 3 runs or more, they just pitch with exceeding confidence. And she went around again. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on as we are in the 3rd. And game has swiftly moved along. We've barely been playing a half an hour. And got her on 3 pitches for out number 3. That is the 3rd strikeout for Lady Bruin pitchers. And for the 3rd inning in a row, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. So we've completed 3 here at USJ this afternoon. Lady Bruins on top of Trinity, 3-0.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Going back to the heart of the order for the Lady Bruins, it'll be Abby Brown, E.K. Elrod, and Taylor Shands. Haley Lewis getting ready for her 3rd inning of work. She's given up 3 runs and 6 hits to the Lady Bruins. USJ with 2 runs in the first and 1 in the second. And they have balanced out those 6 hits. And Abby steps in. She flied out to the left fielder her first time up. And that's a ball. Notice how Abby bends the knees while she's at the plate. And for many players, that gives them a little extra power. And here's the wind and the 1-0. And that one is going to the shortstop, a 2-hopper on to first for out number 1. Good fielding play by MJ Abernathy. Here's E.K. Elrod, who is on the mound now after starting out at first base. E.K. grounded out her first time up. Here's the bend and the pitch. And that one is a lazy fly that is going to be out of the reach of the right fielder, Peyton Tharp. She gave it a run, but there's just no way she was going to catch up with that one. Wind is picking up just a bit more than it did at the start of today's game, but it is blowing in toward the hitters. And here's the 0-1, and that one is fouled off. It's not going to hit our roof here. And that hit the pavement behind us. And Paul Schultze, our executive producer, was concerned about, could it have hit my car out there in the parking lot? No balls and 2 strikes in the pitch, and that's up way high for a ball. Taylor Shands will be next. And Lewis delivers. And that one is going to be grounded right up the middle for a base hit. So EK is on with 1 out. That's the 7th hit for the Lady Bruins. And here comes Taylor Shands, the 3rd baseman. She had a single and RBI back in the first, and then she was thrown out at the plate as they tried to stretch one off of an error, and she was thrown out with a fielder's choice. And L.K. Prater will be next. And there goes the runner, and they are not going to be able to get her. She was easily in there, stole that one on the pitcher. 3rd stolen base of the afternoon for the Lady Bruins. 1 for Halen Ayers, 1 for Maddie Polk, and 1 for E.K. Elrod. Lewis ready for the 1-0 pitch. That's up high, 2 balls and no strikes. EK had just a little bit of motion like she might be trying to go to 3rd, but she easily got back in. 1 out with EK down at 2nd. The wind and the pitch. And that's outside for ball 3, so she's gone 3-0. And you got to figure that EK's not going to try to go on this one, and that one's fouled off. Unusual to have the green light on a 3-0 pitch, but she indeed did. So we're at 3-1 with 1 out. This could be one that you might see EK trying to go on. And that's in there, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So we've gone full. And I would have very little doubt that EK is going to be moving with this pitch. There's the wind and the pitch. And that one's a long drive. Way back there. That ball is out of here for a home run. Taylor getting a big set of high fives, and there was no doubt once that thing hit the bat, it was out of here. 2-run homer to make it a 5-0 game, and still only 1 out here in the bottom of the third. And you got a couple of youngsters that decided to go out and chase that home run ball. She got absolutely all of that, and that was at least 20 feet beyond the fence. And here's L.K. Prater as the bases have been cleared with 1 out. And that one is going to be sucked right to the second baseman. Kylie Crawford with an excellent play. Hard hit ball that looked like it was going into right center field. And Kylie Crawford, she made just a lunge to her right and snagged it. And you can see how happy she is about that one, and deservedly so. Excellent job by Crawford. So we got 2 down, and here's Ella Golden. Ella now at first base. Outside for a ball. So 5 runs on 8 hits for the Lady Bruins. That's in there, hit the inside corner, a ball and a strike. We again encourage you to go by and see all of our fine sponsors and tell them how much you appreciate them bringing USJ Sports on our live BallGame Blitz Sports Network and Worthy Road Studios. It's our pleasure to bring it to you. And here's the pitch. And that's high, 2 balls and a strike. And our sponsors, they're the ones who make all of this possible, and we are so appreciative of them. And here comes the 2-1 from Haley Lewis. And that one's going to the third baseman. She bobbles it. It's going to be, she got her. And so that's out number 3. Despite the bobble, they managed to nail Ella at first. And so for the Lady Bruins, it was 2 runs on 2 more hits, no errors, and no one left on base. The big blow, a 2-run homer over the left field fence by Taylor Shan. So we have completed 3. Lady Bruins 5 and the Lady Lions nothing.
Legends never die, but your AC unit might. Routine maintenance and repair by McCoy's Heating and Air now will keep your system running at full capacity and potentially avoid costlier repairs and downtime when you need your AC the most. Our York certified and trained technicians are the best in the game. Go home to comfort with spring maintenance from McCoy's Heating and Air.
The bonus cash extravaganza is underway right now at Carlock Nissan in Jackson. In addition to dealer discounts, get another $750 bonus cash on Nissan Sentra, another $750 bonus cash on Nissan Altima, an additional $1,000 bonus cash on Nissan Pathfinder, and $1,250 on Nissan Frontier. Plus rates as low as 0% and 3.9 for 84 months. The bonus cash extravaganza underway right now at Carlock Nissan, Van Drive, Jackson.
So Lady Bruins, as we start the top of the 4th on a 5-0 roll so far, and they have set down all 9 Lady Lions. So we go back to the top of the order with Abby Davis, the 3rd baseman. And Ike Elrod is now starting her 3rd inning of work. She came in the 2nd after Joel Ayers made a switch. Emerson Fair started the game. And that one's a little outside for a ball. I want to salute USJ again for a tremendous night of music that they had, and also the arts on this past Monday night. 2 balls and no strikes. It again is emblematic of the kinds of variety that you have in the learning experiences for these young people. And that's low for a ball, so she's going 3-0 to Abby Davis. But it was tremendous night. I mentioned last night during the baseball game, right down in there for strike one call. One of the excellent artworks was from basketball player Ellen Driver, who basically combined basketball with art. And that one is right to the second baseman, Abby Brown. Hard hit ball, but right at Abby. And so, out number one. That's 10 in a row that have been set down. The only base runner was Riley Hidrogo, who was hit, and then she was picked off. Here's Haley Lewis, the pitcher. And that one is low and away for a ball. Haley is a really good hitter, as well as being on the mound. She can do a lot to help her own cause. And that's in there, hit the outside corner, a ball and a strike. There's the wind and goes around on it, a ball and 2 strikes. Lady Bruins have struck out 3, 2 of them by Emerson Fair and 1 by E.K. Elrod, who's on the mound now. And here comes the 1-2 from E.K., taking her time between pitches. And the spin, and that's a lazy fly that's going to drop in for the first hit of the afternoon as Haley Lewis got her pitch and gets the first hit for the Lady Lions. And she's down at first. MJ Abernathy, the shortstop, she flied out to center field her first time up. 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Lady Bruins. And she went around on that for a strike. No runs on 1 hit and 1 error for Trinity. MJ standing back in. Kylie Crawford would be next. And she goes around on it again. No balls and 2 strikes. Infield is playing at double play depth. EK takes the bend and the pitch. Outside, that was a pitch out. 1 ball and 2 strikes. They wanted to see if Haley was going to try to make a stab going down to second. And here is the 1-2, and that one is going to be grounded just past Halen Ayers. And so you got runners at first and second, and this is the first serious threat of the afternoon for Trinity. So Lewis and Abernathy would back-to-back singles. And Kylie Crawford now checks in with 1 out and 2 on. Kylie flied out to Halen Ayers at short her first time up. Mady Putman, the left fielder, will be next. Be interesting to see if they try a double steal here, and they are trying it, and that one hit, and so they hold the runner up at second, and the ball hit the batter, and so she is automatically out. And Haley was trying to get out of the way of it, and it's unfortunate for her, but that is considered to be an unassisted out. It's a fielder's choice. So MJ Abernathy is down at second, and Kylie Crawford at first. But when the ball is in the field of play, and if it's a play like you just saw, a bouncing ball, if it hits the runner, that is automatically an out. And she was trying her best to dash away from it, but just could not avoid it. So there's still runners on first and second, but now with 2 out. The wind and up high. And the runners decide not to try the double steal. A ball and a strike to Mady Putman. She flied out to right field her first time up. The wind and the pitch. And they decide not to go. 2 balls and a strike. At this point in the game, you might wonder, well, down 5-0, why would you risk a double steal? But if you're able to accomplish it, it may be worth taking the risk. And that one hits the inside corner beautifully, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the 2-2. Right to the pitcher, and she's got to have to hurry to get her, and does not. I think that surprised EK that it was in her glove, and she dropped it, and she had for a second an opportunity to be able to get Mady, but instead that's going to go as an error on the pitcher. So they have the bases jammed. Still 2 out, and here's Riley Hidrogo. She was hit by a pitch ball and then picked off in the 2nd inning. So Trinity with a threat with 2 outs. That's in there for a strike. So the Lady Lions have sent 6 players to the plate. And she went around on that one for a strike 2. They've sent 6 players to the plate, but have not been able to capitalize with a run. They've had 2 hits and an error. Outside, tried to get her to chase a bad one. A ball and 2 strikes. We're in the top half of the 4th, and the Lady Bruins on top 5-0, but Trinity threatening. She winds and spins, and she went around on it. That is the 4th strikeout for the Lady Bruins, and with the bases loaded. So there were no runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 3 women left on base. So we have completed 3.5, and it is USJ 5, Trinity nothing.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
If it's black, round, and rolls, we have it in stock for you. I'm Taylor at King Tire Company. Come see us at any of our 3 convenient locations in Jackson or Humboldt and let our family take care of yours.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
So we move to the bottom half of the 4th inning, and the Lady Bruins up 5-0, snuffed out that threat with the bases loaded of Trinity in the top half of the 4th. Emerson Fair, Mary Patton Redden, and Halen Ayers scheduled up here in the bottom half of the 4th. After pitching last night, Emerson, she hurled the 1st inning today and then gave way to E.K. Elrod. If the score stays the same, E.K. would get the victory today. And that one's outside for a ball. Haley Lewis has gone all the way for Trinity. Has given up 5 runs on 8 hits. And the pitch. And that's up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Her first time up, Emerson grounded out, catcher to first baseman. And here's the wind pitch. And that one is a slicer, about a two-hopper to the second baseman, who fires on to first for out number one. Mary Patton Redden singled her first time up and then came in to score on a fielder's choice. The wind is absolutely calm right now. We haven't seen that for almost a week here in West Tennessee. And that one is going to be a one-hopper to the shortstop, quickly getting it out of her glove. Nice play by M.J. Abernathy to nail Mary Patton. So 2 ground outs here in the fourth. And here's Halen Ayers, 2 singles. She scored a run and has had a stolen base. The wind and the pitch. And Halen is a two-hopper that's going to be bouncing off of the shortstop, and so that will be an error. That's the second error of the afternoon on the Lady Lions, and that brings up Maddie Polk. Maddie had a single and an RBI and scored in the first inning, grounded out in the second. And once again, you got to know Halen Ayers is a threat to go at any time. She stole one in the first. Here's the wind, and the runner's going, and she has lofted that one into left field for a base hit. So Maddie moves Halen Ayers over to second. Abby Brown, the second baseman. She flew out to left field in the first inning and grounded out in the third. So 0 for 2 this afternoon, but she's got 2 out and 2 runners on to try to see if they can get some insurance runs here in the fourth. That's up high, and Halen, boy, did she think about taking a swipe at third, but decides to go back. She gets such a quick jump. You can't see her in your picture right now, but Halen just gets such a quick jump, particularly. There she goes right now, and that's a long drive, but it's not going to carry, and the left fielder is under it for out number 3. If we'd had just a little bit of wind, it might have made the difference, but Abby Brown flies out to Mady Putman in left field, and so that does it for the fourth for the Bruins, but they had no runs. They had 1 hit and 1 error and 2 runners left on base. So we have completed 4. It is still USJ 5, Trinity nothing.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Bank of Jackson, one of our great sponsors here on Worthy Road Studios, and we are always delighted to have them as part of the family here on USJ Sports and all of our other sports that we have right here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. Standing in is Jenna Joyce, the catcher. She flied out to center field her first time up. She shows bunt, and that's outside for a ball. And did you see, very quickly coming in, Ella Golden was almost at home plate by the minute. She showed bunt. And she goes around on it for a strike, a ball and a strike. Taylor Shands was also, they were smothering home plate. They wanted to get that bunt no matter what. And for Trinity and Jenna, it's just a case of doing anything you can. And she is going to bunt it again, and it goes right in front of the plate. Pitcher gets it, fires, but Jenna beats it out. Peyton Tharp, the right fielder, and she hit into a ground out her first time up back in the third. Runner on and nobody out. And that one is trying a bunt and fouled it back. No balls and a strike. Briley Donovan, the DP, would be next. Between EK and Emerson Fair, they have struck out 4 Lady Lions this afternoon. And the runner made a little advance as if she was going to go down to second, but decides not to go. Trinity managed to get the bases loaded with 1 out in the previous inning, and there the runner's going to go. They're going to fire and not be able to get her. Yes, they did. Halen Ayers reached around and made the tag, and they get the pickoff. Excellent throw by the catcher, and this time Halen was over there and just reached around, made the tag, and nailed her. It looked, from our vantage point, like she was going to avoid it, but that's how quickly Halen Ayers is. Just almost every kind of reflex. She's so fast and defensively as well. So now there's 1 out and a 2-1 count. And that one is fouled back. As we mentioned in the previous inning, Trinity loaded the bases with 1 out, couldn't get anybody in. And just lost another threat there with a base runner right at the beginning here in the 5th. So Tharp waits on the 2-2 and looked at a called 3rd strike. 5th strikeout for Lady Bruins pitchers this afternoon. And here comes Briley Donovan. She struck out swinging on her first trip to the plate back in the 3rd. If she gets on, we'll go back to the top of the order with Abby Davis. Taking a lot of time between pitches. And here it comes. And that one's fouled back to the screen. No balls and a strike. Lady Bruins, with the exception of parts of that 4th inning, and they got out of the jam, but they have pretty much stayed ahead of the hitters most of this afternoon. We're approaching the 5:30 mark. Went around on that for a strike. Game started at 4:18, so we are just a little bit past the 1 hour mark. Here's the wind and the pitch, and she got a piece of it. So still no balls and 2 strikes, 2 out, and nobody on. So EK is ready and delivers, and that one is a lazy fly ball, and EK gets right under it for out number 3. So there were no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a pickoff play eliminated the runner on base, and there was nobody left. So we have completed 4.5, and the Lady Bruins hang on to this 5-0 lead.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
Chris King here with King Tire Company. Leveling kits, lift kits, wheels, and tires, we can take care of that at any of our King Tire Company locations at a price you can afford.
And we mentioned King Tire earlier, our good friend Ann Cale and the great staff over at Dynamics Therapy. They will take care of you and make sure that you're healthier than ever. So if you need to have some things done because you're just sore all over and you got to have some physical therapy, that's the place to go. Here's E.K. Elrod, the pitcher. And Haley Lewis is going to stay in here for her 5th inning of work. And so far she has given up 9 hits and 5 runs. The 4th was the only inning that the Lady Bruins have not put a run across the plate. EK has grounded out, and she has singled and scored on the 2-run homer by Taylor Shands. And she hits one that is way high, but it's going to be out of play. And it takes the bounce on the pavement, did not hit anybody's car or anybody's head as it departed off to the left. No balls and a strike. EK trying to start a push for some insurance runs here in the 5th. And that one's fired right back to the screen. Again, in case you tuned in late, you need to go back and go to the Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel, and you need to see Joel Ayers climbing the fence to retrieve a softball that's stuck in one of the slots. Believe me, it's one of the great moments in sports this year. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Haley looking for the sign that she wants, and I think she's got it now. And steps in and fires. And that one's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Joel, I don't think has forgiven me for a misstep that I made during basketball season in one game, and I called him Joel Barnes, and he was not a meteorologist that night suddenly. Here's the pitch, it's up high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Haley steps out of the circle and heads back in, and EK is awaiting the payoff pitch. And here it comes. And that one sliced into left field. Perfect line drive for a base hit. She's going to try to stretch it into 2 and gets in there ahead of the tag. So because she was more than halfway around first at the time that one was hit, we're going to give her a full-blown double on that. In some instances, it would be a single and a fielder's choice, but she was already halfway around first by the time the fielder released the ball, so we'll give her a full-blown double. And here's Taylor Shands, who had the big 2-run homer the last time she was up back in the 3rd. That's up high for a ball, and she's going to take off and make it to 3rd on the pass ball. So now Taylor has a runner only 70 feet away. Taylor 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs today, and she scored twice. Here's the wind and the pitch up high. 2 balls and no strikes. And L.K. Prater is ready to step in. And Taylor awaiting Haley Lewis's pitch. And that one goes right by the third baseman into left field. That brings in another run. So Taylor with her 4th RBI of the afternoon. And EK scoring her 2nd run of the day. So Taylor is 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs. She looks on her way to being our player of the game this afternoon. It's a 6-0 lead now for the Lady Bruins. And here with a runner on first, nobody out, is LK Prater. She has singled and flied out to the second baseman. And that's in the inside corner for a strike. The one that LK hit out there to Kylie Crawford was one of those. Kylie made a big lunge and just took a hit away from her, and it was an excellent fielding play. Here's the pitch, and the runner's going, and the left fielder gets it, so she's going to have to dash back to first. Makes it back in. That was a hard hit ball into left field. Mady Putman didn't have to really travel far to snag that one. So here's Ella Golden. Ella, she flied out to center field and she has grounded out. And she still has Taylor Shands down at first. And Taylor's going to take off, and I don't think they're going to get her. No, she easily beat that one on the pitcher. 4th stolen base of the afternoon for the Lady Bruins. That's Taylor's first. Halen Ayers has had one, Maddie Polk, and E.K. Elrod. So Ella with a 1-0 count, now runner in scoring position. And the pitch. Up high, 2-0. Now you remember Taylor is also a threat to potentially swipe third. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. And that one is a slow roller to the pitcher. She is going to fire to first to get her easily, but that sends Taylor Shands down to third with a fielder's choice. And Emerson Fair checks in. Emerson has grounded out, pitcher to first and second to first. But with a runner 70 feet away, she has an opportunity to try to add to the cause this afternoon. Lady Bruins have scored in all but 1 inning. And that's a grounder to the shortstop, fires on to first, and that does it for out number 3. So there was 1 more run on 2 more hits, no errors, and 1 player left on base. And so we have completed 5. It is USJ 6, Trinity nothing.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spot even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Boy, this is one of those afternoons that it's just warm enough that if you had one of those Aloha pools, it would be absolutely perfect after this game is over to plunge in and just enjoy a nice swim. So go out and see our good friends at Aloha Superstore, Aloha Custom Pools. they will take care of you, and you will be able to enjoy this spring and summer absolutely wonderfully. And so far, it has been a wonderful afternoon for the Lady Bruins. They are just really loose. You can see them. They're actually exchanging a few laughs out on the field. And here's Abby Davis, who has struck out and flied out in her 2 attempts at the plate as we start the top half of the 6th inning. Steve Beverly back with you with all the play-by-play. And it's in there for a strike. Lady Bruins with 5 strikeouts this afternoon. 2 by Emerson Fair and 3 by E.K. Elrod. Here's the pitch. And fouls it off, back to the screen. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. That's been the secret today for the Lady Bruin pitching. With the exception of that 4th inning, they have stayed ahead of the hitters just about across the board. That 4th inning was one in which Trinity looked like they were going. There's a high fly ball. Right fielder is going to get under it and take it for out number 1. That 4th inning, Trinity had the bases loaded with 1 out, and the Lady Bruins managed to get out of it and scored a strikeout to end the threat with nobody crossing the plate. Here's Haley Lewis, the pitcher. She's had a single, and she has struck out, and that one is going to go down the right field line for extra bases. She's going to swing it into second with a stand-up double. That's one reason you say this young lady can always help her cause no matter what. That's a double. She's had a single and a double this afternoon and a strikeout, so she's 2 for 3. And Haley trots back down to second, and that brings up MJ Abernathy, who has flied out to center field and singled. So the Lady Lions trying to get a threat, and Haley looked like she might be deciding to go down to second, but she goes back, and no balls and a strike. Kylie Crawford, the second baseman, will be next. Working quickly, and that one, she got around on that a bit quick, so it is no balls and 2 strikes. Remember, we've got live softball action coming your way on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network again Friday from right here at USJ at 4:15. It is senior day, and you're going to see the pending graduates from this ball club. That's up high. The pending graduates from the Lady Bruins being recognized, and it's always a great time and an emotional time for all of the families of these young ladies. And Grace White, who is one of our newcomers to broadcasting, she'll be calling that game on Friday afternoon. And that one is a lazy fly into right field, and they nail it. That's going to move the runner over to third. So a sacrifice fly for MJ Abernathy as Haley Lewis makes it into third. So Kylie Crawford checks in. She has flied out to Halen Ayers at short and also reach based on a fielder's choice. 0 for 2 and went around on that one for a strike. Lady Bruins on top 6-0. They got their first 2 runs in the first, and they have never trailed. And the pitch, high fly ball. And second baseman is under it and takes it. Abby Brown snags it for out number 3. So there were no runs on 1 hit. It was a double by the pitcher, Haley Lewis. No errors and 1 person left on base. So we have completed 5.5 with the Lady Bruins on top 6-0.
Legends never die, but your AC unit might. Routine maintenance and repair by McCoy's Heating and Air now will keep your system running at full capacity and potentially avoid costlier repairs and downtime when you need your AC the most. Our York certified and trained technicians are the best in the game. Go home to comfort with spring maintenance from McCoy's Heating and Air.
The Bonus Cash Extravaganza is underway right now at Carlock Nissan in Jackson. In addition to dealer discounts, get another $750 bonus cash on Nissan Sentra, another $750 bonus cash on Nissan Altima, an additional $1,000 bonus cash on Nissan Pathfinder, and $1,250 on Nissan Frontier. Plus rates as low as 0% and 3.9 for 84 months. The Bonus Cash Extravaganza underway right now at Carlock Nissan, Van Drive, Jackson.
Mary Patton Redden will be first to the plate here in the bottom half of the sixth as the Lady Bruins with a comfortable 6-0 lead, and they have done so on 4, 6, 8, 9, 11 hits in today's game. Haley Lewis has gone all the way for Trinity, and that one is smacked foul over to the right. Out of play. MP will be followed by Halen Ayers and Maddie Polk. And Haley delivers, and she showed a bunt. And just got a piece of it foul, so it's no balls and 2 strikes. MP singled and scored back in the second, and she grounded out to short in the fourth. And here's the pitch. Outside and in the dirt, a ball and 2 strikes. Six runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Lady Bruins. No runs, 4 hits, 2 errors. And that one is going to be foul out of play over on the pavement. No runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors for the Lady Lions. So Mary Patton hanging tough. And here's the pitch. And she socks that one. It's going to be right at the right fielder, who didn't really have to make any steps whatsoever. And nice catch by Peyton Tharp. So we go back up to the top of the order with Halen Ayers. And the left-hander is 2 for 3 this afternoon. She's reached base every time, 2 singles. She's had a stolen base and scored a run back in the first inning. Reached base in the fourth on an error by the shortstop. 2 for 3 this afternoon, Halen, with nobody on and 1 out. I don't care whether it's on the basketball court or right here. She just looks like an athlete, and she decides to step out of the batter's box after an extended time was taken. That one's way outside for a ball. Halen, of course, is most of you who follow USJ sports know, was Miss Basketball in the entire state in her division this year. And for a freshman, it's an incredible honor. It is for anybody, but particularly for a freshman. And she smacks that one, a 2-hopper to the shortstop, who throws it high, and Halen's going to make it to second. So once again, it's the second straight time that she has made that on an error on the shortstop. 2-base error. And here's Maddie Polk, the center fielder, who has 2 for 3 this afternoon. She's had a couple of singles. She scored a run, stolen a base, and she has an RBI. Abby Brown would follow her, and here's the pitch. And Halen was going to go, but it doesn't matter. It's a foul. And this potentially could be the last inning that the Lady Bruins will be up. It would take a major rally on the part of Trinity in the 7th to extend this one. And she's going to show bunt. And right back to the pitcher. Halen easily over to third, so it's almost the same as a sacrifice. It's 1-3, and Halen moves over to third on the fielder's choice. And here's Abby Brown. She's 0 for 3 today, flied out twice to left field and grounded out in the third. But Abby is always a threat. They're leaving her a gap between the center fielder and the right fielder. And hit the inside corner for strike one. And no, I really don't think Halen's going to try to steal home, but I would venture to you many fans would love to see it. And there's a base hit into left center field, and here comes Halen with the 7th run. So Abby just parked that one right where it was pitched and got herself an RBI. It's now 7 runs on 13 hits for the Lady Bruins. And here's E.K. Elrod, who's had a terrific afternoon, a single and a double. And there's a high fly ball. It's not going to carry. Left fielder under it and takes it for out number 3. She put some wood on it, but it just didn't quite have the carry. So Lady Bruins tack on another one. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 player left on base. So we have completed 6 innings, and the Lady Bruins still on top of Trinity 7-0.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
So the job for E.K. Elrod is to hold it right where it is, and with a 7-0 lead, she stands a fine chance of doing that. Mady Putman, the left fielder, is in. 0 for 2 this afternoon. She did reach base on an error and fly it out to the right fielder. But the last inning for Trinity to try to get into this one. Every time they have threatened, the Lady Bruins have had good pitching and fielding to get them out of it. That's a ball and a strike. EK's done a tremendous job since she came in relief in the second. She would be the winning pitcher if this stays as it appears to be. A ball and 2 strikes to Mady. And she's just taking her time, very deliberate on the mound. And got her swinging on that one, and that is out number 1, the 6th strikeout for Lady Bruin pitchers. That is the 4th for EK. And here comes Riley Hidrogo, the center fielder. She reached base on she was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning and struck out in the 4th, so officially 0 for 1. And the pitch to Riley. Up high for a ball. And it looks as though this game, we're going to be right at the 90-minute mark of getting this one in. And she went around on it for strike 2. Strike 1, pardon me. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. EK's just been very calm, loose, relaxed on the mound. That one hits the top of the screen and rolls off to the right. So it stays 1-2 with 1 out and nobody on in what may be the final half inning of this one. Just outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. They tried to get her to go after 1 outside. Jenna Joyce, the catcher, is scheduled next. EK with the wind and the pitch. That's low, 3 balls and 2 strikes, so we've gone full. And that one's fouled back to the screen again. So we'll stay 3-2. Lady Bruins have held Trinity to 4 hits this afternoon. The biggest threat was back in the 4th when they managed to get the bases loaded with 1 out and could not get anyone in. A big strikeout to end the inning. And that one's high, so that's a walk. That's the first base on balls this afternoon for a Trinity player. So Jenna Joyce and Lady Bruins will play back at double play depth. Jenna 1 for 2 this afternoon. She had a single back in the 5th and flied out in the 3rd. Here's the pitch, and that one's going foul. Runner's got to get back to first. Nothing to lose for them to try to advance the bases at this stage of the game, trailing 7-0. Jenna would be followed by Peyton Tharp. The wind and the pitch. And that's in there for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes, and you can see getting back in there quickly was Hidrogo. She'll take not a big lead down there at first, and there is one that is going over the shoulder catch. That one fooled the right fielder. And she is getting a huge hand for that one. That one fooled her, and then it took off over her left shoulder, and she finally nailed it for out number 2. And here comes Peyton Tharp, the last hope for the Lady Lions this afternoon. Runner on first and 2 out. The wind, the pitch. Hit the outside corner for strike 1. If Peyton were to get on, Briley Dunovitt, the DP, would be next. And she's going to show bunt, and it goes foul. So EK is well ahead of her, no balls and 2 strikes. So she's going to try to wind it up right here if she possibly can. And here comes the 2 out, 0-2 pitch. And that one is sliced right up the, I guess you would say, the right middle on that one, just to the right of the second baseman. So Peyton with a base hit that moves Riley over to second. So there's 2 on, and here is Briley Dunovitt. She has struck out and flied out to the first baseman with 2 on and 2 out. We hear somebody saying, answer your phone down there. The wind and the pitch. That's a ball low. They'll go back to the top of the order with Abby Davis if Briley gets on. So they managed 2 hits in the inning, and she goes around on a low one. No, 1 ball and 1 strike. 5 hits this afternoon for the Lady Lions. And here comes the 1-1 from EK. And that one is fouled behind our booth. That was not one where we could say get the net out. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 on and 2 out. And here's the pitch to Briley Donovan. EK delivers. It's in there, strike 3, and game, set, and match. 5th strikeout for EK Elrod, and it is the 7th strikeout for Lady Lions pitcher. So they ended up with no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 2 players left on base. And your final score is USJ 7, Trinity nothing. Let's run down the totals very quickly. And the big game today on the mound was for EK Elrod. She came in after Emerson Fair, who pitched last night, pitched just the 1st inning. And then EK came in and managed to shut Trinity down on 5 hits the rest of the way and got out of a bases-loaded jam in the 4th inning and ended up striking out 5. There were 7 strikeouts in the game altogether for USJ. And so EK is the winning pitcher this afternoon. But our player of the game is going to be Taylor Shands. And there were people all around. Halen Harris had 2 singles and a stolen base. Maddie Polk had a single and an RBI, actually had 2 singles and an RBI. Abby Brown had a base hit and an RBI in the 7th inning. EK Elrod helped her own cause with a single and a double and scored 2 runs. And looking down the rest of the totals here, Mary Patton Redden had a single and scored back in the 2nd inning. But our player of the game today is going to be Taylor Shands. She was 3 for 3 this afternoon, 2 singles. She scored twice. She had 4 RBIs, and the big blow was in the 3rd when she sent one towering over the left field fence. And a big 2-run homer that extended the lead at that point to 5-0 in the 3rd inning. And so Taylor Shands is our player of the game today, and congratulations to her. So Lady Bruins continue their winning ways this afternoon, 7-0. And they'll be right back here on Friday afternoon for Senior Day. That'll be at 4:15, and Grace White will be here to call the play-by-play, and I hope you enjoy her because she is a fine new young broadcaster, and please support her during that. And those are the folks who made this game possible today. Our director and also working the camera, Andrew Burris. Our executive producer of Worthy Road Studios is the incomparable Paul Schulze. I'm Steve Beverly, and until we're with you on Friday, so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.